Hi, gorgeous. Olga's here. Welcome, welcome. Today we're talking about how to release the fear of change with faster EFT. If you're listening to this at the time when I'm recording it, which is August 2017, I'm going through quite a few changes in my life. As a matter of fact, just about anything that could change is changing. My relationships are changing, the place where I live is changing, my work is changing. Every single major change or life major changing event is taking place. So as a result, I'm learning some new skills to deal with this change. And a lot of people are asking me, how do I handle this and what kind of things help me? So I wanted to make a quick video to help you out, guys, and share some insights that gave me a lot of strength to go through this and help me with all of these changes kind of happening simultaneously. So one thing that I want you to know and keep in mind, if you are going through some changes in your life as well, especially if those are major changes, there are big decisions need to be made. There are some things that either you're moving or you're changing maybe a business direction, or you are quitting a job and you're starting a business, or you're doing some other projects in addition to your business. Maybe you're getting into new relationships. Maybe you're selling a home. So whatever change is coming your way right now, just be mindful that just about any change to our subconscious mind is almost worse than death, right? So most people would rather die than change. And the reason is because change is interpreted as a death to a certain part of us, right? So maybe it's the identity that we created as being somebody who work full time, or an identity that we created as a single mom, or an identity that we created as a married person, and then you becoming divorced or you becoming single, right? Or whatever it is that you associated yourself with, that is changing. And so for myself, it's all of these things are just changing right now. And it's quite fascinating to observe it because I kind of consider myself rather emotionally resilient person, and I'm freaking out right and left. And I'm very glad that I have this awareness of this dynamic and how our subconscious mind works and how we perceive, how our body perceives these changes, because I'm very aware that it is normal. It is normal to freak out. It is normal to bounce back and start doing things that you've done before that you haven't done in a while. So right now I'm doing a lot of movies, right? I'm kind of feeling lazy, and then I'm doing something I call diamond painting, which is this little craft that I've done a while ago. And so if you are not as bouncing back, maybe your diet changes, your sleeping pattern changes, very normal. Now let's talk about how to navigate with more ease and what kind of things that you can do to actually make some changes so it goes smoother, so you don't have too much stress, or you don't fall into too big over ups and downs as the changes taking place in your life. So the first thing that I want you to notice is what feels heavy. Things that are heaviest, they'll pull most of your energy. They'll make it difficult to move and shift and pick up a momentum. Address that first. Maybe you are in a place where you're not sure if this is the right change or the right step for you. Again, go to what feels heavy and tap on it. Notice what emotions coming up, what feelings are there. And in Fast EFT, we always talk about, is there a memory or have you ever felt like this before? So we look at some of the what we call resources, and we talk about how to clear them through the memory changing process. If you're not familiar with this process, there's a video that I've created just for you to go through this. It's a free training. It's a very quick one. And it's a very, very effective way to make these changes. It's like you're pulling the roots of why this pattern is appearing in the first place, and it's quicker to go through this. But at the moment, just notice what it is. And what's going to happen is there'll be some back and forth, right, as you're making decision. I've experienced it when I was trying to decide if it's time for me to sell the house. It's been few weeks, if not months, when it didn't quite settle. And as I did some tapping and some more tapping and had conversations with people who helped me and who support me in this journey, I've gotten clarity. Now, there have been some tears, there have been some journaling, but what happened after that, and you guys might have experienced that, especially if you have made big decisions in your life, you have a huge sense of freedom, this beautiful momentum, and a peace of mind, or a peace that you feel deep in your heart that comes from making that decision. So once the decision is made, it's actually the rest is easy. Like in my case, once I've decided that this is what I want to do, within 3 weeks, the house was ready for sale. And within 72 hours, we got a perfect offer that is pending right now, exactly the amount of money that we wanted to get. And everything works out great. And I found a place that I want to live that works for me so much better than where I am right now. And everything just started falling in place instantaneously. And this has to do with a lack of resistance. So if you are, once you've made a decision, tap on any resistance, because at that point, you're resisting what is, right? You already made a decision and you are doing this thing where you go back and forth and you torture yourself over something that's already decided. Now, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't question it, or there are times we change our mind, nothing wrong with that. But what I'm telling you guys is that notice the feelings behind it. Notice the emotions, the feelings in the body, and tap on that. Because you're either reinforcing feeling good or you're reinforcing feeling bad, right? We do fall into the patterns when we repeatedly feel a certain way, and that makes it hard for us to transform and change, whether it's some physical changes or it's an emotional changes or it's changes in your body or it's some moves or big decisions around your career or relationships. So I hope it was helpful, guys. Let's go ahead and do a quick tapping round on releasing the fear of change. And again, in Fast EFT, what we do is we go to the source and we start pulling up specific memories to help you make this change happen. Now, I still find tapping helpful, especially for people who are just starting doing Fast EFT, and it's still clearing out some things. It's kind of like a quick tap in Fast EFT. Those of you who are Fast EFT practitioners, you know what I'm talking about. The very first thing that we often do with a client, do a quick tap, and it's just a set of the statement that we said that are all like 10 major negative emotions that we just kind of say and we clear it out. So it's similar what we're going to do together right now, but again, one of the greatest way to clear this fear of change is to actually go back to the memories where maybe you've made some decisions and you're beating yourself over it or you're judging yourself over it, and clear it up until you look back and you say, you know what, it's just a feedback. There's no failure, it's just a feedback. Because here's the truth, guys. Every experience is just an experiment, right? Life is like a laboratory. And if you approach it this way, it's just so much easier to move through life, because the honest truth is you never make a mistake, right? You're always learning something at any given point of time. And Robert Smith said that once, and it just registered for me so clearly. So he said, at any given moment of time, you've done the best you could with what you knew. Do you hear it, guys? I'm going to say it again. At any given moment of time, you have done the best you could with what you knew. Yes, at that time, you have different level of awareness and knowledge and understanding, and you had different tools and way to deal with stress or make decisions. But nevertheless, that was the best, right? So when you go back and say, I made a mistake, it's not quite accurate because you actually have made the best choice you could. I hope it makes sense a little bit. All right, guys. So go ahead and get freaked out about whatever change is coming in your life or uncertainty or any feelings around this change. And as you do, just take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice feelings in your body, any sensations, any pictures or memories. We're going to tap together. Just tap between your eyes, repeat after me. Just I release and let go of all the fears, sadnesses, feelings of no control, helplessness, hopelessness, and everything else. The sphere of change and everything it brings up, all these memories from my past, when the change took place and something happened, whatever it is, whatever emotions or feelings there, it's safe for me to change it. It's safe for me to see it differently. The past is in the past. It's no longer real. And it's safe for me to change my perspective, to see that memory different, to have a different point of view toward that. It's my time to move forward, to get some clarity, to make some decisions. It's safe for me to do so. I release any worries, doubts, sadnesses, and everything else. it's safe to let it go. It's safe for me to make decisions. It's my time. Grab your wrist, pulse round, breathe in, breathe out, and say word peace. Brilliant, brilliant. Good job, guys. So once again, if you are not familiar with the process of changing memory, which is one of the brilliant fast EFT tools, it's one of the reasons I really like this modality. It has very clear, very clean protocols on how to make changes on this deep internal level. Make sure to grab it. I'll have the link below this video or in my blog post if you're watching it on my blog. So you can grab this one and you can pick a memory and actually go through these changes. You know, you guys heard me saying it more than once, but I won't stop saying it because it's so true. Memories are affirmations, and they are also the most powerful affirmations. It's the way how you affirm through the feelings, through the pictures, through the emotions in your body. It's very, very powerful way to affirm something often not positive, right? So going back and doing this work on changing memories and reimprinting them and finding a different angle or perspective to see it actually is life changing. Alrighty guys, well enjoy it, keep on tapping, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.